Alright, we're checking out another portable power station here. This is another one on a smaller side. So those of you guys that aren't looking for those giant 2 kilowatt hour power stations, something a bit lighter, you can take out, in a backpack, for example, camping, etc. This is going to be something you might be interested in. Granted, it's not going to have massive amounts of power ability in terms of the inverter. It's only 150 watts for the inverter and 200 watts burst, but it is really small. So this is what it looks like here. This is from a company called POWDEOM. That's 158 watt hours. It measures about 8 inches by 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. It's weighs only about 3.5 pounds. Pretty nice construction here. It's like a aluminum casing. You got exhaust ports here in the back. These are some rubber feet, so if you want to set it up like this, for example, you can do that because all the ports would be on the top at that point. Or you can sit it on the bottom. It has rubber feet like this. Got a nice little handle here. On top it's like faux leather. It's pretty easy to handle. And the thing on the bottom here, just a little label. Got some specs here. So 43,200 milliamp hours is what they're saying on this one, 158 watt hours. And the inverter is 150 watts, 200 watt peak. In the box you get the power station, of course. You get a small user's manual and the actual wall adapter to charge up the power station. And here's just a look at the back of the box with some additional specs. And here's a look at the front. Here's all the ports. You have your power on and off button here. This is a short press to turn the power station on, and it shows you your battery percentage and a number here. This is the AC section here, and it's got a kind of a unique plug here. So this is like a universal plug. So it'll work with the US, Japan, EU, UK, and Australian connector types. And you just turn on this section here with this button here, short press, and you get a green light. I'll turn it on. If you overload this, if that kicks in, this will turn red. Of course, this BMS has all of the standard overcurrent protection, overpower protection, etc. This is the DC in ports. This is where you plug in the charger that comes with it. And I don't know what this barrel connector size is. This is what that barrel connector looks like. And the charger is a 15 volt 2 amp charger. Of course, you've got all your standard USB ports here. So you have your standard USB-A 5 volt at 3 amps, 3 of those. Quick charge 3.0 port and a USB-C power delivery up to 65 watts. And you have a barrel connector here for DC out at 12 volts. And I don't know what this barrel connector size is, and they don't have any other adapters included in the box. They're probably assuming that you have devices that use this type of barrel connector. And if it accepts 12 volts, then this power station will power those up. Got a little button here for an LED. There's different modes, of course. Got your regular light. I think this is 3 watts. Strobe, SOS mode, and then turn it off. So there's several different ways you can charge up this power station. If you just charge it up with the included adapter, I believe it's like 5 to 6 hours to charge it. So in the manual here, it does indicate here all the numbers in terms of charging. So from the AC wall adapter, 5 to 6 hours, 30 watts max on that wall adapter. You can also charge it via the USB-C power delivery port at up to 65 watts. So if you just use that, it'll be 3 to 4 hours. If you combine both the wall adapter plus the USB-C power delivery charging, that's 95 watts total. It's saying it'll charge up in 2 to 3 hours. On the product page, it says it'll charge in an hour, so I'm not sure why there's a difference here in the specs between the manual and the product page. You can also charge it up via car charging. That's 5 to 6 hours, that's 30 watts max. That's the same port, but they don't include a cigarette lighter adapter with that barrel connector plug. And it does say solar charging at 4 to 5 hours. And again, you'll need some sort of an adapter for that barrel connector plug. And it does say it'll do up to 60 watts max. Just a quick demo here on the charging of the power station. I have this USB-C power delivery wall adapter here. This is like for a laptop. This one actually is from Unitech. It will output 66 watts. And I got a USB-C to USB-C cable here. We're going to charge this up. And then we'll also plug in the wall adapter via the barrel connector. Let's go ahead and plug that in. And when it's charging, you got a blinking LED indicator here. So there's no other indicators or display here showing the actual power input in terms of watts being put in or being taken out. It only blinks when the power station is actually charging. And you can see it's already up to 88%. Go and try this USB-C adapter. We'll plug this in. Now we're going to be charging at 95 watts. And you can see already it's going, the percentage goes up pretty quickly because it's not a super big battery. It's only 158 watt hours. But you can see I've got both of them going here. This USB-C wall adapter is not included in this package, so I'll link that in the video description if you're interested in charging it faster. This will actually charge this will actually charge up the power station faster than the included wall adapter. And then we'll go ahead and unplug the wall adapter. You can see it's still charging. So got the wall adapter completely unplugged here. You can just charge it via the USB-C only if you want. And you can see, wow, the percentage is going up quickly. Quick demo here on the AC, and this is going to actually trip the overcurrent protection on the power station. It's 300, and this one is heat tool. Heat gun draws 320 watts, which is definitely over the 150 watt limit on this one. But I just want to show you what happens when the overcurrent protection kicks in. I'm going to go and turn this on, and immediately it shuts off. And you can see we've got an orange red light there. So yeah, this is definitely going to limit you to those lower wattage devices. 150 watts or less is probably going to stick to. But if you're taking this camping or etc., this will be fine for things like electric blankets or small heaters, that kind of thing. There's a lot of stuff out there that is definitely around 100 watts, and this will power that no problem. All right, lastly, just a quick demo of the USB-C charging capability. Put my phone in here, and you can see it's super fast charging here. So this is definitely using power delivery. I think it's 15 watts on this phone for super fast charging. Okay, so that's going to do it for this one. Pretty good deal on this one right now. It's $110 with a $20 coupon on the product page. So you just make sure you check that box before you add it to your cart, and it'll knock the price down to $90. Pretty good deal for something of this size and portability and capability. Link will be in the video description if you want to check it out. That'll do it for this one. Talk to you guys in the next video.